has anybody here had the rabies vaccination?
No, don't want it.
All right.
Well, y'all didn't
Are you offering?
affirmative there.
He probably needs a rabies vaccination.
I don't take no vaccine. If I get bit, I just get bit.
I am a part of the number that can say I have been rabies vaccinated, and it is not a pleasant experience.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Hayden Alabama podcast for Southern Storytellers. I'm Philip.
I'm Shane.
I'm JP Guns.
And I'm y'all.
Y'all. Drove over from Mississippi this morning. You said it's about a 3-hour drive to get over here.
A little bit of traffic.
Did y'all check any traps on the way over?
Oh, man, there was too many wrecks to stop and look at anything.
He was a little disheveled when he got out. He said there's wreck, and then there's a wreck, and then there was a wreck. But, you know.
Yeah, they just look over, boom, like, get me out of this lane.
It's a test is what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, a little test. Well, we got some great stories today. We're going to be in the outdoors. We're going to get on a lawnmower, I think, at some point.
I might even get bit by a coyote.
Ooh, I'm not sure. And then the scripture time today, talking about compassion. Something that we all can maybe use a little bit more of. Me first.
I'm just glad I didn't have to call him out.
Well, I just getting ahead of it is all I was doing because I knew it was coming.
Next lesson is in humility.
Yeah, that's right. That's a tough one to
Let's
swallow.
not talk about that one.
Yeah, Shane don't want to talk about that
No.
one. But anyway, let's get to the storytelling. Y'all tell me a story.
We're on a trip, and we're already talking about we don't even know if my truck's going to make it. So, like, you know.
That was way back then.
Yeah,
it's
like the truck I had like an old game warden truck, you know, old green type, bought at a sale.
with the bubble gum lip on the
Yeah, it had that big
winch on the front.
Oh, man, we had
nice.
it going on. So we went down there. So we pull into a store, and he goes over and buys like a lottery ticket. And
I was gambling back then.
Yeah.
scratch
Well, I
off,
hadn't
you know.
come to Christ all the way
Scratchy.
yet.
Just working towards it.
That's right.
Yeah, so we walk in, and this guy, there's a line to the food. I want to say it was Arby's, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, and this guy's hollering, thunder, lightning. And we stand in line, and everybody's like looking at him. He just,
They let him in front. They're like, "Hey man,
Yeah,
you go ahead and get your
go
your
ahead.
food."
Go ahead.
So I pull up, and JP's like, I'm just going to go to the restroom, get my scratch off ticket, you know.
I wasn't even hungry no more. And I'm always hungry.
So now I'm standing in line next to this guy, and he's just talking about thunder and lightning, and he's just hollering it, and he's telling other stuff. And next thing I know, I just strike up a conversation with him.
That's true.
So JP comes out of the bathroom, and I'm over there, and we just over there giggling and laughing and carrying on. This is a big old dude. He's like, yeah, me just real loud. And JP says, how did you become friends, or why?
Yeah.
And I said, man, that fella's crazy. I said, if he was to just think about he wanted to harm people in here, I just wanted to know I was his friend.
I'm your friend.
He gave him that fist bump before.
Hey,
before that
Knuckles,
was real.
Knuckles, buddy, you remember me.
Hey, don't forget about me.
When JP come out the bathroom, the guy was hollering thunder, and I was going lightning.
And all I was thinking about was Mississippi State baseball back in the 80s. I was like, well, this guy really knows about his stuff. Then.
No, all I'm thinking about is y'all is now becoming an accomplice.
Yeah.
He's no, that boy helped me over. That boy, no, whoa, wait a minute.
Well, no, I was his buddy, but I was just trying to stay alive.
Hey, he would have been on his own. I'd have no bail money. Barely had enough for a hotel that we stayed at.
Dude,
down
we
there.
won that scratch off ticket. It let us stay a couple more days.
There you go. You got a $5 reward.
Yeah, that's
on you.
back when you had to call. We didn't even know how to claim it. It's like $100 you won.
I didn't even know.
We called a 1-800 number.
Hey, them scratches. You get them scratches. It says free ticket. It's like, man, I don't want another ticket.
Yeah, I want a ticket for money.
I got to go back in the gas station.
Right. So we
Talk
went
to another crazy person.
So we went out. We stayed at this place called the Valencia, and it was like $50 a night, maybe.
The first time I stayed there, because I'd been going on this trip a couple of years before I invited David on, it was $30 a night.
Yeah.
And it was one of them ones you could either pay by the night or by the hour.
No.
Yeah.
Look, it was so bad.
It was bad. The bed bugs was scared of the bed bugs. It was bad.
Man.
Dude, we stayed there, and of course, when we go in, you gotta realize we didn't have nothing. Like we just,
They called us 2 nickels because we
Dude,
couldn't
we
have
couldn't
enough to make a
squeeze.
dime.
dude, it was rough. We get in there, like the first night I slept in my clothes. Like literally, it was cold. Put my hoodie on.
Oh, yeah.
On top of the bedspread.
On
He
top
had
of
the
the
socks on
bedspread.
outside of his.
And he said, I told him change sheets the second night because somebody had signed the sheets. Like they had. I called him. I said, look, we're going to hunt today. When I come back, can you change the sheets? Yeah. Well, the bed was made. I pull them back down. she's still signed.
Signed.
I was like, man, so
We think it was signed with a Sharpie, but you know, who knows?
we left. But
Maybe that's how they let you know it's clean.
yeah, maybe so. I don't
It
know.
wasn't good
I
enough
wanted
for you,
one
though.
that hadn't been signed. That made me feel like it
I'm
was,
still kind of shocked that you, David, were even pulled back the sheets, because I remember coming out the bathroom. I look up, and Cuz over here, like I said, he wrapped up like it's Alaska, and we're on the ice road truckers. Man, he had a hoodie on, a cinch around his face. He had gloves on.
dude.
In his
You're
front
a man
pockets,
after my
and he
own
was
heart.
on top
Dude,
of the
it was-
bedspread. He was not taking a
I
chance.
just felt like, there was just going to be a party.
You gonna
If
get
I got
dysentery.
under those sheets, I was just like,
He was
man,
ready
that
to
ain't-
dysentery.
Because I worked with the railroad, and they put you in some places where you didn't have a choice. You just had to stay where you could stay.
Right.
I stayed at a Red Roof Inn one night, and I got in that hotel room, and I was kind of like you. I was looking for signed sheets or something,
Right.
I was by myself, and they normally would make you bunk with
Right.
with a person, but it was a room all to myself. I got laid down there, and I'm laying there watching TV, and I just kept catching a glimpse of something to my right. I would look over there, and there would be nothing there. And I'm like rubbing my eyes. I'm like, what did I eat tonight? Like making
Right,
sure
right.
that I did. Somebody try to slip something in my drink or something.
Yeah, roofling.
Yeah, I had laid my pants on it was 2 queen beds. I had laid my pants on the other queen bed. And so I started playing games. I was like, I'm just going to look over there real quick.
Right.
Like, glanced over real quick, and I finally seen it. There was a rat sticking his head out of my pocket.
Oh my goodness.
And I said, son, this ain't going to work. Well, when I moved, it went in my pocket. I
Right.
said, you messed up.
Yeah.
I just jumped over and grabbed my pocket
Grabbed
and
his own
everything.
pants. Better than have someone else grab your pants, I guess.
That's how you trap hogs.
Everything.
Similar way.
Yeah.
So his little tail was sticking out of my pocket. So I just grabbed him by the tail.
Yeah.
And I walked him straight down to the front office.
Yeah.
And I said, this is a problem. And she said, get that thing out of here. I said, that's exactly what I'm doing. This was in my room, and he's sitting there wobbling, squiggling with his little legs.
Yeah.
And she said, do anything with it. Just don't kill it. And I said, don't kill it. It's like, this is a
Not to be
friend of
size
yours?
12.
Yeah, so anyway, I took out and threw it in the weeds. I did as she requested. And I went back and I said, now what are we going to do? She said, do you want a jacuzzi room?
Oh wow. As a matter of fact, I
You
do.
want the one with the swimming rats?
I think I do all the rats. So I'll go have a hot tub party with the rats.
Right.
She
Laid back.
upgrade me to the jacuzzi room.
Well,
Well,
about that?
nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Nice.
That was the only time I had a rat problem.
so
though.
the next time you want an upgrade, word from Shane, find you a room
Keep
with
a
a
rat in
rat.
your pocket.
Keep
just
a
like
rat
you
in your
just told.
pocket.
They'll do anything you're going to show them rat in
Right.
the front office.
Go buy you a $3
Go rob a
gerbil and
bank
you can
with a
get a
rat.
$100
Yeah.
upgrade.
I mean, our bathroom window, because we're in a motel, so the bathroom window is cocked open and won't close. So the locals that hang out in the back of the hotel, you can hear every conversation.
Everything.
And then you've been in the shower, and they're like, "What you doing?"
Yeah, they be trying to talk to you.
No.
Hey, listen.
Hold on.
to you.
Yeah, like what?
They know somebody's in there bathing. I mean, you can hear everything.
Are you making that up?
That's a true story,
trying to talk
man.
to you.
Listen, hold on. There's a little more to what he was trying to allude to this. I guess he's trying to save me a little face here. But, you turkey hunt. You're in the swamps, man. You're not
You
the
get
full on
filthy.
other girl. That's right. I mean, you wrestling gators. You beating up snakes. You would all of it, man. And so at the end of the day, I want to come back and get a shower. And David said he wouldn't take no shower in there. He didn't barely want to use the bathroom. I mean, I'm going to
I ain't
rough, guys.
taking no
Hey,
shower.
there's better, cleaner truck stop bathrooms out there. I'm just throwing this out there.
I'm telling you, man.
Well,
Swamp water's better
Listen,
than that, huh?
Listen, when I went in there, there was one of them green lizards. I don't know what they call them, but like a little gecko. People have them. They got the little red thing.
Yeah.
They always do push-ups, man.
Yeah.
When you see them
Showing off.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like when you get to look down, they get to, what's up, cuz? They start
Yeah.
they start buffing, man. Well, I saw one of those on the windowsill on the way in. I was like, hey man, I'm just gonna get a bath. Like you do your thing, dude.
Just looking at
Keep
you.
doing
Yeah, you
push-ups.
can
Listen,
keep
that's
your
right,
push-ups.
man. Well,
I ain't in your space
I
just for a
wasn't.
minute.
Well, I done kind of been a little weirded out, because the people out there in that alley talking. I don't know if they stand over tiptoe. I ain't nothing to look at. I don't think anybody want to look at me. But what if they do, man? What if they putting that stuff online?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm getting my bath, and it's not a tall. It's not a wide shower. I mean, we're talking like this wide. I'm a big fella. Even back then, I was kind of big. Well, I'm washing myself. I'm lathering up. I'm getting a good soap going, man. Well, I'm down to the knees and below. Well, you got to bend over and you got to scrub your feet. You done been in the swamp, man. Well, I lean over, and I ain't trying to touch nothing, man. I didn't even want to be barefoot in the shower. I think I was still wearing my shoes. I might have been in my boots, actually. And I'm leaned over washing. My bare rear end touched the wall. It was cold. I thought somebody grabbed me. I thought somebody grabbed me. And David said, What's happening? What's happening?
Now?
I thought they got him.
Look, it was quiet too.
Come in the
Listen, it was
window.
so quiet too. He said, "What happened? What happened?" I didn't know what to say. I was like, he was ready to come in and save me, man, because I hadn't come out yet. I said, "Man, I've been over and touched the wall."
Like, it felt bad to touch the wall.
Oh,
dude.
it's so gross, fellas. I mean,
Why is that so gross? Like, you don't want to touch
I don't even
nothing.
know.
Hey,
I don't
man,
even know why
that's
we
where
stayed
athlete's
there.
foot comes from, man.
Athlete's foot.
And we stayed there like 4 days, like the first time. Like, we stayed there. It
We
was,
used to get down there a day early, try to scout, try to find something, get a little familiar. We'd also try to find where the Taco Bell was at. We
That's
followed
all.
Oh, you
us
got to
on a
know where
budget.
that's at.
yeah.
Well, especially when you got like a $10 food budget.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, Taco Bell in the day, when
Yeah.
you could go get like 10 tacos for $1,
Yeah.
Show out.
Oh,
you
yeah.
could
That's what
show.
You get the big box and just eat.
Feed
Now
the
it
family.
would.
Feed
It was a
me
problem the next morning, but it was
Man,
you could
that's
eat.
weak intestines, man. You gotta
You gotta be
get those
tough,
numbers up,
man. You got tough. You need to
Hey,
eat
that's
two.
how I know this fella's a little bit of privilege here. He's talking about that Taco Bell
He
putting him down.
let Taco Bell get to him.
Come on.
You gotta get your gut tough.
It's
Oh,
sad.
yes, buddy.
Yeah,
I
drink
can
some swamp
remember
water.
Going to Taco Bell with $5 and getting change back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
And
you,
have
And
enough
being
to
full. I'm
donate
talking about
to
being
them.
full.
let me tell
to
you
get
what
change
you
back.
ain't gonna do nowadays is go to Taco Bell and get $5.
No.
with change. back.
And they ain't gonna take your order. You gotta sit up there and rub your fingers off where 1,000 other people done rub their fingers off.
Well.
Like they
Pick
done
it.
pick their nose,
They look
and
at
dig in
you
their lip.
like you've offended them if
Yeah.
you stand at the
I
register.
stand up and say, "Can I help you? You need something? I need an order." Oh, you had to do it on the kiosk.
Hey, them people
Now
that,
listen, talk to me.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
You're going to be faster at this, I promise.
Yeah, and I get over, I be like, "I don't know how to do it," and they're like,
I feel like
"Like,
they
hull
should,
yourself. You get paid to do this. Why am I doing the work?
Oh, you
that's what I'm saying. I
said.
feel like I can get an
Just
employee
walk in the back.
discount typing all this stuff in.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk in the back, start making the tacos and the enchiladas next."
I
Get
wish
them out
you
the
would. I
drive-thru.
wish you would. Make sure JP you video that when he does. Excuse me, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. Let me make
Can I help
this-
you, sir? I'm just gonna go make my meal before I type
I'll
it in.
pay you when
Yeah.
I get done.
Yeah.
Just start ringing it
Just
up.
ring it up as I go. You know what my order is.
We were getting ready to leave the Turkey Woods that morning every time, and we had a lady of the night, not for us,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
was
I'm
staying
glad
right
you
next to us.
clarified that. I
We have
really
to
am.
clarify, man.
Because he did say
we both
we
married.
had.
We're both married, and our wives are gonna see this eventually.
I felt like
A lot of people probably going to see this. Just
A community
Just
lady of the
FYI.
night.
yeah.
We don't know. We didn't ask her name. She,
Well-
we assume. I mean, it was 3:00 in the morning. We're trying to head
The
out
way-
turkey hunting.
The way she dressed, the way she looked at 4:00 in the morning.
She
Yeah,
looked
the
rough.
thing
She
looked
worked
like
the
had
night
a-
shift.
She
She
had a
worked
hard
night
night.
shift. And I say we because after 3, 4, 5 nights, you feel like you know somebody when you just cross
Sure,
the paths. Like,
yeah.
it don't matter, you know.
What's up, girl?
We didn't.
How you doing, girl?
That's a little more engagement than we gave her, man. We just kind of did the nod, like,
just
hey,
like,
man, we not interested. You say we're staying here with you. We ain't got no money.
Was you the one touched me
Yeah.
out in the shower?
I hope not.
We don't want no problems. We didn't want to be tempted, you know, but I'm just saying, because one temptation would have been like if we didn't have a $10 a day budget, you know, so we should have accepted $10.
Over budget. Over budget.
No,
Yeah, you don't wanna-
but it was just like that was the hotel we're staying at, and every night every morning we'd cross paths, and but what now? JP's was in the military, Marine, and
About 100 pounds ago. Just
yeah,
throwing
we
it
were
out there.
we were in on this public land, and we were trying to figure it out. He had it figured out, but I needed to figure it out for myself. But we would separate every day, you know. And he would scout here, scout here. We were there a couple of days earlier, so we're doing scouting, and we found some private land next to it. And you all know that's where the birds is at. So we would glass their fields, and they would roost on our side.
I know you go.
So we pull around this private land. This guy sitting out there, this old farmer, and old hand.
Big black cowboy hat.
That dude was ready, and I pull
Lanky.
up, and I didn't care. Like when I come to turkey hunting mode, I got the outfit, the boots, shoes, whatever. But when I'm just chilling, I got flip flops.
And we look homeless.
Short pants, t-shirt, whatever. And I pull up to these old cow hands, and I get out and say, "Hey, y'all turkey hunt or anything? You know, just filling them out." I said, "Well, look, we over here turkey hunting. If you don't mind, you come over here." Nope, we don't let nobody hunt this
Nobody.
land. I said, "Okay." And I said, we got talking about cows because I used to have bottle-fed calves we raised up. And I just kept asking, honing in on him. He's like, I don't let nobody, ain't nobody. Just kept on.
Zero.
Got back in the truck, and JP was like, well, you didn't hound him as hard as you usually do.
Yeah.
You know, after I said, man, he done told me 3 times, ain't nobody over there.
out there.
Nobody includes me.
Ain't nobody supposed to be over there.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I said,
Ain't no man. No man.
That's what the guy said, so we just took it at
I was
face
like,
value.
he told me ain't nobody over there ever. So,
So
anyway,
I'm out here feeding the cows every day from 10 and 3, but other than that, 0.
okay. So
10
you feed
and
it.
3. Okay.
Keep that in mind,
He
sir.
gave
Keep
y'all-
that.
We want to thank our sponsor of the show today, Campdog Cajun Seasoning. They have a wide line of Cajun seasonings. We big fans of them. Great customer service. They also have Hush Puppy Mix and a number of things. We're going to put the link for you guys to go check that out. And it's time tested
Oh, I tested it yesterday.
and Philip approved. I can tell you
I
that.
put it on some pheasant legs. Put it in the crock pot.
You didn't call me.
Where do you get pheasants from?
Where you get?
I was in North Dakota. Got some fresh pheasant. Put in camp dogs on it, but it was fine.
Did you bring us some?
I do
The
got
guests?
something. I'll take something. You take some home.
The spurs on them.
No.
Leave the spurs on.
How big are the beards on a pheasant?
That season is so good, just leave the feet on them.
Let's put the feet on
Eat
there,
off. If
buddy.
you ain't sneezing, you ain't seasoning.
I love
Crunch,
it. But yeah,
crunch.
seriously, y'all check them out. You won't be disappointed. And it's Cajun certified, by the way.
I remember one time I was down there beaver trapping behind a bridge or over a bridge. I called a landowner, asked him could I go down there and get some beaver sticks out. And that's what I was doing. I was getting ready for some beaver trapping, but I found a lodge. And it was kind of warm. And when you get to pulling them beaver sticks out, you know, they get kind of stuck sometimes. Them beavers, they just some kind of engineers. And they can stick some stuff together better than
Been doing
anything.
a long time.
Right. So me, I couldn't be no beaver. It's too much work. I'd probably tear my own dam up. But I remember reaching in there, like I said, it was warm, and I remember pulling out some sticks. And just in my mind, I just keep pulling the same area. And I'm going to tell you something. I pulled one stick that had a bend in him, and it was a big old cotton mouth. And I wasn't paying attention, and I'm telling you, that thing, he wouldn't have popping that mouth open. Now, he struck at me. Now, I did a video on it, and a lot of people trying to say cottonmouths don't strike, they don't chase, they don't do nothing. I tell all them people, don't you worry about what your snakes do. I can just tell you what my snake did.
Or you struck back, I'm sure.
I struck back. I had plenty of sticks. I used every one. Of them that beaver put there for. That's what a beaver put them there for. He knew I had to knock that cottonmouth in the head. Yeah, a lot of people now.
So he didn't bite you?
No, he just struck at me. He just swung and missed. Like an old bar fight. He messed up. He swung and missed.
Yeah,
David hit him back.
Yeah.
If you're going to swing, you better make contact.
Well, yeah, don't leave me there. Did you leave him alone, or did you take care of him?
I left him alone in 2 pieces. I don't play around with no snakes. I'm fine if I see them first, and then I can do what I need to do.
Yeah.
But when you just pop up and scare me,
I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of man you are. If you grab a snake and you didn't know it was a snake,
yeah,
you going to jump.
man, I jump at my kids in my house if I forget that they was in there. I'm like, where you come from?
Watch out.
Where you? Who your daddy?
About to get dealt
Better
with.
call your mama.
You a snake.
Yeah.
Now, before we move on past that, beaver sticks. What are you doing with the beaver sticks?
So a lot of times where I beaver trap, there's not a lot of sticks like you want to use for the conibear traps and stuff like that. So to keep them in place.
Pin 'em in.
Okay.
Yeah, pin them in and stuff like that. Keep them secure so the trap don't move. So when the beaver goes in it,
The conibear is the one that I caught with my knuckles.
Oh,
I
he
bet
did.
that felt great.
Buddy.
yeah,
I was it was just bragging. I was like, Phil, don't worry about it. It ain't no big deal.
yeah,
He was silent.
yeah.
No sounds were made.
Took his
That's when
voice
it hurts.
from him.
I'm
That's
telling
probably hard to do
I'm
for a
talking
guy
about
that makes a
hair,
living on
everything went
podcasts.
out. I was just shaking. He'd feel like, what do you want me to do?
And I didn't know how to work the trap.
Right. And they
I'm
ain't
gonna need some
easy.
instructions.
And they ain't easy.
Your fingers are losing color. That don't look good.
Hey, I got caught one time. I had a guy from Australia, a kid from Australia, come down. They'd never seen beavers before. We was beaver trapping, and I told him, I said, "You just film. I'll show you." I said, "But look, if I get caught in this trap, because it does happen time to time, but it's usually not that bad." And it was a foothold trap for a beaver. And I told him, I said, "You just keep filming." I said, "Don't worry about me. It's okay. Just keep filming." Well, don't you know it? I'm setting that beaver trap, and I let it slip, and it catches my finger.
There it is.
and it got my thumb. Not a problem, because usually you can push down on one side and then take your knee and push down the other side, open it up. Problem was my thumb was caught at the lever on one side. And that dude is sitting there filming. He's like, "Am I doing good?" I said, "Son, it's time to cut the camera off."
Cut the camera off.
It done went numb, son. And
You needed a safety word.
Yeah.
well, I was like him. The words wouldn't even come out because I'm like, I'm not trying to stress. And then when I realized my knee couldn't get on that one side, the panic kind of, it wasn't panic, but it was just like,
Hey, good. When you go, plan goes awry.
Yeah.
I was rolling my window in Rhonda, the Honda, when it's got some stickiness.
Oh,
on
yeah.
something on the window.
yeah.
It's old tint, is what that is.
Old 10. Yeah, anyway, when you roll it up, it wants to kick out and it won't go on the track.
Right.
So the other day I was driving. Don't do this. I was driving down the road and I'm trying to kick the window back up while I'm rolling it up
Right.
and drive with my knee.
Yeah.
And texting.
And trying to film it.
And I was making an order at McDonald's.
So I hit that up button a little bit too far. It went into auto mode.
Oh.
Up went my You talking about having a fit. I didn't know whether to drive, get
Right.
my fingers out.
Better pull over.
I had just stopped.
I'd
just
say
stopped.
drive priority.
Yeah.
Brakes went into emergency mode at that point in
Yeah,
time.
I don't really like when it comes to automobiles, anything like that. It just seems like it can always go wrong. Just like you said, just something. We were talking about the mics earlier. Anything that I fool with is always something gonna go wrong with.
Yeah.
And like you said, that auto button, dude. I hit it one time and just thought I clicked it up a little bit, and I was going down the road.
Oh,
And it
no.
done went all the way up. I was like, really?
Now you got to clean up.
Now you got wind deck. Where the
Clean
wind
up what
deck?
I want.
Oh, man. That
it's
is
rough.
gross.
Yeah, it's nasty. It made me sick, man.
I got a little vehicle, just a quick one. The other morning, I told my middle child, go out there and crank the truck up, diesel truck. Let's get it warming up because it's pretty cool out there. And
Right.
I'm confident. Here's the keys. Go crank it up. I'm going to run back in the house real quick. I go back in the house. I get halfway up the stairs, and that 6.7 roared to life like she's never roared. I mean, I heard,
Stomping on the gas.
whoa! I mean, I could hear it in the house, doors closed. What just happened? And I ran out there, and she was like, you're always supposed to put your foot on the brake when you crank it, right? I said, yeah, but the brake's on the left. That was the gas pedal.
Getting all that fuel.
And just for future reference, the next time you do that,
Yeah.
don't worry about putting your foot on the brake. Just turn the ignition, and when she fires up, let off the
Let
key.
it go.
I thought she had blew that 6.7 to the moon.
I bet it hurt just a little bit anyway,
Yeah.
because a diesel getting all that fuel that quick on a cold morning.
She put about 3 gallons to it at one time.
Ready.
Man,
I like blew Tanner right at the beaver down.
Injectors open.
so the lesson there is when you think your kids know exactly what you want them to do, you may want to take just a few seconds,
Walk them through it.
walk them
Brakes
through
on the
it.
left.
That's
gas
it.
on the right.
That's it. That's why Daddy never let us ride the lawnmower.
That's why I always let us hold the flashlight and that only.
My daddy.
Did you hold it on the right spot?
Of course not.
You'd be the first one if you could keep it trained.
Right,
just
right. They see that thing was they didn't have headlamps back then. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We come a
they
long
did.
way.
They come a long way. Hey, Daddy, put this on your head. When Daddy gets about 88, you be like, Daddy, put this on your head. I ain't got to hold this thing no more.
You got a lawnmower story, you said? I
Well-
love lawnmowers.
Well, in our Ellis family, in our defense, we like to cut grass.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't know at the time that my dad rode that lawnmower to kind of get
Avoid
away from
therapy?
life. That's
Yeah.
it, therapy. Get away
Decrease
from.
counseling bills.
That's it. So that's back before you had headphones and speakers and all that to listen to music. It was just that.
You must not have had a Murray. Murray's like this.
Yeah, it was
Screaming the
loud.
whole way.
It was loud. But Daddy always let us weed eat for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Also, he didn't like that therapy.
You're right.
I believe in Roundup.
He didn't want that.
He didn't like the sound of a two-stroke.
But I remember that my daddy, he would always do it. And I always had to stack the firewood, right? And we stack it up in the summer. You cut it in the summer and you burn it in the winter so it dry out. But we had to stack up the wood up at the tree line. And then you left a spot in between some of the trees so that you could get back there and weed eat and cut behind there. Well, and also pick up the firewood that I couldn't stack right. It'd always fall over in a good wind or lean to, you know. So I remember, see, my youngest brother, Cooper, he loved Indiana Jones. You don't know if you remember Indiana Jones, but he always chasing after the
zombie or whatever.
The rubies and jewels and the booby traps and getting through it all. Well, my youngest brother, Cooper, he loved setting booby traps. They never worked. You know, we talking about like putting buckets on the top of the door and stuff like that and try to water fall on you. Something, nothing ever worked. Well, Cooper was down there at the wood pile in between that little open gap, and he was running a piece of wire and whatnot, and I went down there just kind of playing with him a little bit. It done got hot by this time. Daddy's still riding. He's just riding around. And so I went over and got on the trampoline. So I'm jumping on the trampoline,
I ain't weed eating. I'm
done. I'm done my weed eating. Yeah, I done done my part. I got 2 other brothers. They can do their part. Everybody get a turn.
Everybody gets a tally mark.
Except we don't get to ride the lawnmower. so I'm sitting over jumping on the trampoline. And I turn around and Cooper's gone. I was like, well, he must be weed eating. And all of a sudden I see my daddy coming. And he was heading in between that wood pile. He was going to get the backside with that lawnmower. And I was jumping, and about that time I heard the officer's noise say, ka-ding! And up out of the trees come 4 bricks with a rope tied to it. Bam! Hit Daddy slap upside the head, knocked him slap off the lawnmower. And I seen my daddy get up, and I seen his fist ball, and I knew not but one thing to do. Turn my tail around that trampoline and jump the other way.
That's exactly right. I didn't see nothing, and it wasn't me.
I knew not to be the first one to make eye contact with Daddy. Man, and I'm tell you what, we never get to watch Indiana Jones again in the Ellis household.
Indiana Jones got banned.
It was over with. Even, new episode come out like, what, 2 years ago?
Didn't get to watch it then.
I was 44 years old and I was scared to watch it.
Daddy said, Daddy called you and said, you better not watch that movie.
I told him Harrison Ford need to go sit down somewhere. Like to get us killed over in the country.
Man.
Well, so what was that booby trap for?
For me to walk through there with
For
the weed
you?
eater? Yeah. He was finna kill me and my other brother, Corey. He was finna kill one of us. Sure, that's what it was for. He
Daddy
thought we
was
was
who it
gonna
was
be
not
the one.
for.
That's
And
taking
Daddy
that last
decided.
fudge round.
Yeah, Daddy decided he would just take the lawnmower behind there and knock it down. And that was just the wrong day. But it was meant for us to go through there with the weed eater.
Daddy got the run of it.
Daddy got it.
He should have had a map, a safe map. Or
Yeah,
something. Stay away from here.
Probably would have killed you.
It probably would have.
Yeah. You're a stout fella, man.
He probably would have killed me. I got hard head, but
Hey, my Cubby's over here in the corner. He loves setting traps for Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Santa Claus?
Man, he's set booby traps for years now. We've called a glove. We've got him on game camera. What else we get?
You're getting closer.
Yeah, he getting closer and closer.
You need to hang out with me. We'll trap him. You want to borrow my hog trap?
Yeah. Set up in the living room. Santa like corn or cookies.
Yeah, you want some cookies and milk?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
we'll drop
go
that
ahead
trap on him.
I forget what the other things is, but this year I think he's probably gonna catch him this year.
What about to catch that elf too?
We ain't worried about that.
They slick though. They get up on the ceiling fan. I told her.
They go all over the place.
I told my wife, I said, put the dust up there. At least he can clean it while he's hanging up there.
I walked in the school building earlier, and he's in the mixer. He's in the mixer, just going around.
Yeah, I said,
what is happening?
Yeah, I'm on the shelf. You better give him an apron. Shoot.
He's in there begging for nightfall so he can get out of there.
Yeah, he could at least have us breakfast cooked in the morning. He's sitting in the
he
stove
could do
Using
lots
all
of
that
stuff.
electricity.
Yeah. My daddy was a tough guy though. My daddy is one of them. I ain't ever seen him cry but 2 times. That's when his daddy died and when my mama died, and that's the only 2 times. So my daddy's pretty tough. And I told him, growing up, that I appreciate him being strong on me. I felt like we just didn't have a good communication skills that could have saved a lot of whoopings.
Was your daddy named Walt Thomas?
I was 6.
They went to the same school.
Yeah. I remember my daddy hit a man with a brick one time just to see if he could take it. Yep.
What?
Yeah, my man.
Different times back
Yeah,
then.
man.
That was before assault.
When a man
charges really
said,
stuck.
he said, "Why don't you hit me? Give me your best shot." My daddy said, "My knuckles was never my best shot. My 98-mile-an-hour fastball was." He said, "Just throw it. Just use a brick." My daddy was pretty tough. And
Are we not going to get that story?
Well, I don't want him to go to jail. The other man.
No, we're not glazing over that.
I mean, he said he hit a man with a brick. You really want to hear that?
Yes, I want to hear that story.
I'm just saying, my daddy. I remember my daddy told me that story one time. He said, "If a man ever tells you to give his best shot, remember, your knuckles and your feet ain't the best shot. It's whatever you get your hands on. He said, you don't ever take the L. He said, you never need to take no L.
Take the L.
That's good advice. That's good advice.
Well, I
Daddy
remember-
didn't raise no loser.
Look, well, see, I didn't ever play baseball, but I always kept a bat in the truck. And I remember this guy told me one time he'd been bullying us, my little group, you know. He would kind of, I mean, if I met him today, I would shake his hand. We've grown. But back then, it was just a bully. And I remember him telling me one time, give me your best shot if you're so bad. And I remember taking that little Easton bat that you get at Walmart, and I wore his backbone out, cuz. And I went to jail.
Did you really?
Yeah, I didn't go to
I
jail
don't think
that
I knew
night, but they come got me.
I mean, he just whooped a guy with a bat.
When he
Yeah,
got
Went
out of
to
the
jail.
hospital, he pressed charges.
Yeah, they tried to get me with an aggravated assault, but
He wasn't aggravated.
But it's yeah.
mad
I
at
told him,
him.
I said I wasn't aggravated at all. What you talking about? He told me.
Says he invited me.
He was fighting with my
asked
fist. You
for
see
it.
how big that boy is? So I remember my daddy. He kind of got on to me a little bit. I mean, he wasn't proud of me because I could have got an aggravated assault charge, but
You didn't take the L.
I didn't take the L, and my buddies in my group saw that how weak he was when he took that bat whooping. That they told him if they went to court and got me with aggravated assault, that all of them was gonna give him a simple assault apiece. And there's about 10 of us, and he had us all scared because we was so little. And then we realized the bully really wasn't that bad when you get on his head just right. But
Simple
With a bat, though.
An Easton bat will make a lot of people not bad.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'll be your friend.
I mean, kids
I don't need your
don't go
lunch
out there and
money.
whoop nobody with no bat. But
Oh,
I'm
man.
just saying, like, I didn't always do right. And the Lord let me out of that because that could have been bad. If I'd have caught that man's head, that could have been a
Oh,
different
yeah.
situation. But
true.
at a time when a bully's a bully and it comes a point that you done push the man to pick up a bat, and then you hear your stories, your daddy talking about bricks and 2x4s and stuff like
See where
that.
that comes
It was just a different generation. But I remember trying to be bad one time. I was about 16 years old, and I told my dad, I said, "I'm grown." I said, "I'm moving out." Me and
I
my
got a good story about that.
me and my cousin Bo, we still in school. I said, we're gonna live with Danny in his trailer. And my daddy was a guy that he didn't try to argue. Well, okay, you think you grown? I'm gonna give you the opportunity. So he let us move out. And when he let us move out, my daddy gave me 2 rules. Don't get in trouble, and you gotta go to school. Mess up either one of them, you're coming back home. But I'll let you go. I had a little job selling cigarettes and beer at the smokestack, making $5.25 an hour, thinking I'm grown. I got a car, $1,000 car, it's paid for, little Toyota Corolla. Well, one night, the thing about making extra money, I didn't know at the time, well, I knew at the time, you could sell the coon hide for $5 to $10, depending on, and you could sell the coon meat for $5 to $10, depending on the client.
That's a $20
That's a
big
business
deal.
venture right there.
What you talking about?
That's a 16-year-old with some good
I had-
back and some good energy.
I had a 22 and a spotlight, and Danny had a boat. So we'd go down there to Tibby Creek at night, and we'd crawl through there, going through the creek. Old coon be up on a limb, just laid up. We just roll up on him, fall
Right
in
in
the
the
boat.
boat.
We move on, be shining the spotlight around. See that old coon laid up on that old log, roll up there, he look at you, roll right up on him. Pow! Fall in the boat. I said, this is easy right here. We $20, dang near $20 every time. Well, we did that for a couple nights, and I guess somebody done called. I didn't know you couldn't shoot something from a boat.
On the boat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of laws.
Yeah, and when you're 16 years old, you just
ain't
don't,
read
you
any about
don't even try to read them. I did all I could do to get the driver's license. So one night we rolling up under this old coon. I ain't never shot. I usually just wanted to hold the light. I couldn't drive the boat. It was my gun, but we couldn't shoot straight really. So one night I told him, I said, look here, let me shoot this one. So we pull up on this old boat, up under this old big old boar coon. He laid up on on his little limb. He wasn't that big around. They shine the light. I'm home. 10:22. And by this time, the boat is starting to turn in the current. And they hollering, shoot the coon. I said, I'm trying to shoot the coon. You just hold the light in the boat straight. And I shot about 2 more times. And about that time, I could see that limb giving. And when that limb gave out, that old boar coon jumped out. Wow! Here he come down, and I could see him through the 22 scope. I'm going to tell you something. The front end and the rear end of that boar coon looked just as bad. Boom! Fell right in the boat. And I'm here to tell you, between 3 grown men and a dog, all that coon wanted to do was get out, but we were too dumb to let him.
Oh, you left him in there.
He tore our tail up. He had our boots. He had the dog squalling. But at the end, I remembered I still had the gun.
I got the gun.
So any which way, as we doing 45 mile an hour with 2 holes in the front of the boat trying to keep the water out of it, we coming wide open, and they calling me everything but David Bryan, you hear me? And I come up on this old Tibby Bridge, and I'm going to tell you something. The lights showed up. It was spotlights, blue lights, and red lights. They done brought the ambulance. They knew somebody was going to get hurt.
Somebody died.
And all I could think of was when they shined that light on me and was hollering about something about the Mississippi Department of Wildlife and none, whatever.
Keep going.
I said, well, as I'm looking up at this whole spotlight just blinded the mess, I said, well, I can't see them. They must can't see me. And I hit them with that light. I said, give us some juice, buddy. Anyway, my daddy come pick me up at the sheriff's department that night.
Oh, man.
Y'all had to know that's right. Let's go.
Anyhow.
That's the night I went home.
Man.
And, but you know, sometimes the hard lesson, the bought lessons is the ones that, you know, you remember and it straighten you up. Now here we didn't know we was doing no wrong. Now we knew we was intentionally wrong trying to run.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say, at that point, you probably,
you
knew
but
that.
we didn't have to go far. I mean, they had us at the next, there's only one way to get out of that creek, unless you just went all night. But, in life in general, we learn a lot through our mistakes, and I'm just glad that, like, through my life, I've been able, just like we talk all the things, I got past some of the things that I really probably could have been in prison or jail or dead or hurt. And I'm just blessed that I got through it, where a lot of people don't get through that. They just caught the raw end of the deal. And I think just using the platform that I have now, I get to speak on it and we joke about it. But in real life, it was real life situations that
have real life consequences.
They have real life consequences, and we don't want those people to make those same mistakes.
Well, JP, give us one.
I guess I don't really got any good stories, but
Everybody's got a good story.
I ain't got any stories that's really legal that I could really tell.
Oh, well, we're not going to ask you to get yourself in trouble.
No, well, I won't. But I think we all know it's a couple of days ago. It was Veterans Day, so I mean, I'm a veteran. I told Philip and Shane earlier when I first met them. Somehow it got brought up, but I want to thank all the veterans. I'm a part of the group, and the day before that's a more important holiday, and it's the Marine Corps birthday, where we all the Marines get out and we show our behinds, and we're excited. But the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because my mom has the absolute misfortune of being born also on the Marine Corps birthday of November 10th. So ever since probably 2008, I've called my mom up and I have wished the Marine Corps a happy birthday and sang her the Marine hymn to the top of my lungs. And I have absolutely been belligerent about it. And I'll normally lead into it like, hey, I hear it's a special day today. I kind of trick my mom. I let her into it like, oh, he's gonna remember it's my birthday. And so I get her kind of going. I kind of let her think that, hey, our son legitimately cares about her birthday this year. And I do. Like I said, I'm not trying to take away from that. But now it's become a running thing, like every year. How long will I carry this charade of, wishing my mom a happy birthday, let her think, and then all of a sudden I whip out the Marine hymn, and I start screaming happy birthday Marines and all that. Well, my son, he's a year younger than your son, Shane, and I brought him in on it this year. I picked him up from the school, and
you got the grandbaby involved.
We rascals, man. That's all it comes down to. But I call her up and I'm like, hey, Mom, I hear it's a special day today for somebody's birthday,
that
right?
is a rascal move.
I'm a rascal. Like I said, I love my mom, but I also added a little twist to it this year. I like Popeye's chicken. My son, he likes Popeye's chicken too. Now I don't care for all the attitude you get when you go into Popeyes. I don't even like the color orange.
Get some attitude.
Hey, I don't even like their color orange, man. I like their biscuits and their chicken. Everything else cut out. Popeyes, I'm not y'all got a poor business model.
Anybody gonna take on the Chick-fil-A sandwich head on?
Yeah.
Popeye said, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, they also can back it up because every one of them women behind there are gonna fight. And if you ask for more than 2 packets of ketchup, She's dropping her bonnet and coming over that table, and you gonna be in a fight, and you just better know, or you better just be respectful and say two packets of ketchup, perfect fine with me, ma'am. Just leave it at that.
Whatever you want to give me.
That's right.
I don't like ketchup.
I don't even like it.
Well, this year we sang. We started out with singing the theme song to Popeyes. It really caught my mom off guard. She was not expecting
Love
that.
that chicken from Popeyes.
Exactly, man. You already get it, Shane. So we did. We was like, hey, mom, just want to sing you a little something special. Love that chicken from Popeye. Hit all the notes. He's back at Popeyes. Just all of it, man. Getting real soul on there.
Yeah.
And then it kind of eased into it, From the halls of Montezuma, happy birthday, Marines, 250 years old. I mean, I'm kind of...
Your mom's 250 years old.
The
Marines.
She feels like she is after having a son like me. But anyway.
What part did your son sing? All of it?
We sing just the first part that everybody knows. I love that chicken, but we don't know all of it, man. We got the attention span of goldfish, man. We go into the next thing. But,
Right, man.
But happy birthday, Marines. That's a couple of days ago, and
happy birthday, Mom. Yeah.
Happy birthday to my mom. So
I don't even know your mom, but I feel like I need to say that.
yeah.
No.
What's that?
250 years old.
Marine Corps is.
That's wild. Well, that's pretty good. You can't do that to grandparents, though.
I can't. I'm belligerent, man. I done told you that, Shane. I mean,
I'm a Marine.
We met like 30 minutes ago, man. He knows I'm a rascal. I've been sitting in here. We rascals.
Becoming more convinced.
Hey, we've talked about this before on the show. Grandkids are just different. It's just different. Like my dad wouldn't let me away with nothing.
Yeah.
Grandkid get away.
Oh, yeah. Have you 5 candy bars for bed.
Absolutely.
Don't even brush your teeth.
Somehow or another, we put the hiatus on the. We talked about the elf on the shelf earlier.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, those 5 showed up. I don't even know what. They just keep showing up.
They got
found a good
brothers,
home.
man.
Yeah.
He'd be like, brother,
Yeah.
they got nice stuff here.
They give out the good stuff.
Hey, you need to come on down here. They inviting everybody.
They got a ceiling fan in every room.
Yeah,
Everybody get a fan.
We got jingles,
Plenty of dust.
snow cone, Jill Billy.
Yeah.
I don't know who all. We got all of them.
Y'all ran out of names.
All the names.
Yeah.
Are you in trouble? Well, we hope you're not. But just in case you are, we know a good lawyer. Whitney Island here in Hayden, Alabama has law services, or maybe if you're not from Hayden, I'm sure she'd be happy to hear from you. So check her out at islandlaw.com. We appreciate Whitney and her sponsoring the show.
Has anybody here had the rabies vaccination?
No, I don't want it.
All right.
Well, y'all didn't.
Are you
answer affirmative there?
He probably needs a rabies vaccination.
I don't take no vaccine. If I get bit, I just get bit.
I am a part of the number that can say I have been rabies vaccinated, and it is not a pleasant experience.
They gotta go in the bone, don't they, or something?
I'll tell you all about it.
Okay,
It's worse
all
than
right.
that.
Just
all
part of the
about
story.
Thick. He's thick. No bone allowed.
Sit down. Yeah, let's sit down.
Oh,
and
I thought they were scraping the bone. I was actually trapping below David's house many years ago. We're probably circa 2013, 2014. And I done caught a big old meat-headed coyote, one of them ones with the big ears. And I really wasn't thinking nothing of him. And I caught a handful of coyotes and was handling them. I just started the live markets. I still kind of learning the process on how to deal with them and transfer them into the box. But you have a catch pole and you drop it around his neck. You kind of cinch it down. You let him know who daddy is. You know what I mean, Philip? And anyways, I laid him on the ground and I'm getting this paw out the trap. And I had my knee on the pole. Man, there's kind of an art to it I've definitely learned since then. Because that coyote was laid on the ground. We was making eye contact, and all of a sudden, I reached for his thing, and he just kind of stuck his head up and, kind of over. And I'm looking at him on my thumb, and I look back at him.
You son of a gun.
And I'm like, he's got my thumb. And so I start pulling. Anyways, he didn't really clamp down. Glory be to God on that one, because I could have been missing a thumb. I could have been up here with nine phalanges up here, but today I got all 10. So anyways, I pulled my thumb back. I don't know. I wanted to beat the coyote.
I'm sure.
He done bit my thumb. So anyways, I think I killed the coyote. I'm gonna be honest. I really do. And,
no more live market for you.
Well, I just started. I hadn't really got a clientele established. So, but I'm looking at my thumb and it's bleeding a little bit. I don't think nothing of it. I take some dirt and rub it on there, get it back packed in good like the Indians do. I mean, y'all heard about that.
God make dirt. Dirt won't hurt.
Amen, brother. Amen. So I go about my day, man. Don't even think nothing of it. The coyotes in there was an old home place. I used to throw carcasses out when I'd skin them out, and I throwed that coyote's naked head because I pelted the coyote out. I done throwed naked head, carcass, everything down this well. Not thinking nothing of it, guys. I mean, I really wasn't. It's part of my process at this point. And I had a VA appointment the next day or day or two later. And so I go up in there, and they start asking me questions. It's just a routine appointment. Hey, how you feeling? I'm feeling great.
Been
I'm at the VA.
Coyotes lately.
Everyone loves the VA when you go. It's a positive experience every single time, like the DMV. You know what I'm saying? So
this sounds facetious.
It is. It's very facetious. There's some facetiousness going on there, and I cannot say that word again like that.
You did really good the other time, though.
Appreciate it. But somehow I had a little bit of a cold or something, and they were asking me what I did to my thumb. I said, guys, I got bit by a coyote, and them women up there, man, they
lost their mind.
They did a little bit. They kind of took it up. They escalated a little bit more than I thought they should.
Yeah.
And they said, you got bit by a coyote. Well, what were you doing? I said, well, I had putting my hand in his mouth, I mean, like I said,
he actually needed some dental work.
That's right.
Cleaning his teeth.
That's exactly right. But they convinced me. I won't say they convinced me. I had a little bit of a cold. I don't know, strange timing, whatever. So I started looking the symptoms up, and part of rabies is you get cold-like symptoms. And man, I'm gonna be honest, I start scratching my head with my foot. I start scratching my head. I'm like,
howling at the moon,
basically, man. But I'm like, hold on now, I did. I'm counting it up like it was 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah, I was marking territory and all of it, guys. Long story short, I left. By the time I got back to my house, they called me back and said, you need to come back up here.
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
Why?
Why?
Well, I get up there and they tell me I've actually got to go all the way down to Jackson. We live in Columbus. That's 2 hours away. Because they want me to get the rabies vaccine.
I got some territory to mark. I don't have to.
I was like, well, maybe I'm expanding my territory. I need to grow.
I'll roam down there in 2 days.
Every time here to Jackson, Mississippi.
That's it, man.
Pull over the lungs.
I'm gonna get some more water. More of this pneumonia water.
Ooh, I smell bacon.
Yeah. Well, I get all the way down there. I'm ill because I am in college. And
you got rabies. That's another.
I'm ill. I'm temperature getting up there. I'm getting cotton mouth. I'm getting a little dry here. I'm starting to get I'm getting all of it, guys. Well, I get down there, and of course, now I'm a Mississippi State graduate. I said I'm gonna have to holler at my alma mater.
Hell State.
Amen, brother. UMC, University Medical Center, they actually had the vaccine because the VA Center, believe it or not, our government-funded resources, they just don't keep a lot of that stuff on hand.
No, if you get normally the veteran gets what am I saying?
I don't
if
know.
The veteran
You're having a hard time doing
rabies,
it.
They probably just let him. I put him on the front line.
Yeah,
that man. Maybe
he's a Marine.
Here's a suit.
Maybe we already all had the rabies and we didn't know it.
Yeah.
But
you get down there and they just start shooting you up.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what happened, except for, like I said, I'm already poor because I'm in college. I'm going to state. School's expensive. I'm in a S10 pickup truck that's busted.
It's not purple, is it?
It's not. It was white. I mean,
we've been on the lookout for a purple.
Man, I could have had a good one for you. I could have painted purple, but
I didn't mean to interrupt.
300,000 miles on that sucker before I finally retired it. But I get up there and I've gone through the process, guys. I don't know if anybody knows. If you've got veteran listeners, y'all know them VA hospitals, man. They're made like a rat maze, man. I mean, you got to go in deep to get the cheese, guys. I mean, it's halls and halls. You don't know where you're going. Everybody you bump into, they kind of grumpy. I can't help you. No, you on the other end of the hospital, and so I'm like, all right. I get down there. Finally, I get seen, and they start telling me, we've got the vaccine. The only problem is where it takes, and I don't remember the dosage amount, guys. I don't. But they had a certain amount of needles that they had, like maybe we'll say 10 cc's. They had the 5s. So I had to double down on the dosage, guys. I got stuck 36 times. They run out of places to stick me. And it ain't the
36.
They do 36. That's the first round. They do it to the first day. They do it a week and then a month, and then I think after that you're good. If you didn't die, you probably ain't got rabies. Is how they look at it.
They get you in the neck.
Man, they got me everywhere. I'll tell you, they got me everywhere. I remember I was sitting in that chair, And they strapped my arms, and I started looking around. I was like,
They strapped your
they
arms
strapped my
down.
arms down. They didn't want me swinging at nobody, guys. I tell you, it's a big deal getting 36 shots. Y'all know how 1 or 2 shots, you kind of you look away, you're like, I just do your thing. 36 times, you watching every one of them, you like. But they had all them nurses in there, and they strapped my arms down, and they had 2 or 3 nurses, and they just had like a assembly line, and they would 1, 2, bam, and I'd get 2, and then
2 at a time?
Yes, dude, I'm not kidding. Both,
Like acupuncture for rabies.
dude, both butt cheeks, 6 or 7 up and down my thigh. I had them in my it's intermuscular, which is funny because, you know, when you live market, you jab them with a shot, you know, you give them their vaccines and move them along. But, dude, I had 3 in each. It was awful, guys. I mean, I cannot emphasize enough the initial portion of getting a rabies vaccine that way administered is already bad enough. But then when they have to double the dosage, even worse. Well, I take my licks, you know, my shots, you know, my licks, you know.
Yeah.
I take my shots.
Some water. You put it in a bowl.
What am I supposed to do with that?
I can't do this. My
won't work.
thumbs aren't working no more. I take my shots. I called up David because we got a duck hunt. I done got selected for a draw duck hunt in the Mississippi Delta. You know, back in the day, we used to like duck hunt a whole lot. I mean, but kind of hunting got a little poor, so, and the public system got a little rough to deal with. I mean, you see us, we rough. I mean, just imagine another 100 people out there. Well, we're leaving, and it's probably midnight before we actually leave. We decided we wasn't even gonna sleep. That was a terrible decision, awful decision.
Because I worked all night too.
You worked all night.
Power was out, so
Yeah.
I worked at a line company. I worked all night.
So we loaded up, and a buddy's. He had just bought his wife some kind of. It was like an SUV, maybe not a caravan or something. It was a Dodge, and we borrowed his wife's car and a vehicle, and we headed out to Mississippi Delta. Guys, about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, them shots started kind of kicking in, man. I was getting sore, man. I started looking at my legs. They started purple and yellow, and it's rough, guys. Anyway, to end the story, we ended up going to duck hunt. We set the decoys out. We saw all these birds. We heard all these birds in the pond across the way from us. Man, they were hammering. All the mallards were cutting up. Man, we were excited. We thought it was about to be all worth it. Y'all already know where this is going. Every 3,000 bird that was on that next pond, right about 10 minutes for shooting light, lifts up, flies over 100 yards. And it was dead silence. You didn't hear no crickets. You didn't hear no sparrows. You didn't hear nothing. And about 7:30, we looked around. We said, guys, we hungry. And we got out of there. We went and got a bite to eat. And then on the way over here, that guy actually called us. And he said, you know, I got a ticket in the mail about 2 weeks later. Y'all gonna chip in? I said, man, that's a good luck. I'm sorry, dude.
If he'd have had them rabies, he'd be like my dog. He's like, how many hunters y'all got? That's just 2 of my dog over here.
Dog.
He's sitting over there watching them ducks going.
He bad to break.
Hey,
He bad to break on you.
Hey, but don't forget to tell him what you had to do with that coyote head.
Oh, yeah, I guess there is more to that.
Just to
All right.
that.
The whole reason why I told y'all about me dropping the carcasses in the wells, because about 2 days later, I done been stove up. I mean, I'm hurting, guys. I mean, you get
This is
shot.
after the shot.
This is after the shot. I'm hurting. I mean, I thought I might have rabies at this point. I was making a will and testament out. I was doing all of it, guys.
Wow.
I'll tell you, I was in pain. They called me from the Clay County Health Department, and they say, Mr. Moon, we heard you got bit by a coyote. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? You know, so, is there any way you can bring us a coyote? I'm like, no, that sucker's dead, man. And he's disposed. They're like, well, we really need it because we need to send his head down to the state of Mississippi. So I'm like, really? Shane, I mean, you see how disappointed I am now. Imagine how actual disappointed I was when I got that phone call.
36 shots later.
Dude, yes, dude. Anyways, I had to go to that. I had to climb down that bottom of that well. Luckily, it had been filled with trash over the years, so it wasn't that bad. And I ended up getting that coyote, naked skin out. Didn't have no skin on him.
2
and I had
days
to take
old.
Dude, it was so rank. I hated it, guys. Listen, this may be too graphic for your viewers, but
Just
you
be
know,
careful.
Well, I'll do my best. But basically, long story, I removed the head of the canid, you know, the coyote. I don't got nothing. Like I said, I don't disclose. I'm poor. I'm still poor. I struggle. You know, I got two Walmart sacks. I drop it into Walmart sacks, and man, I cut loose. They don't reimburse you for gas, by the way. I don't throw that out there. Like I said, can't emphasize enough. College student struggling. Hey man, we need you to drive 40 miles to this other county to give this cow its head because they got to do whatever science, man, and remove something that looks. Turns out, did not have rabies. I was kind of relieved, but also after going through all that, I was like, man, rabies really don't sound that bad right now. Hey, look, hey, but them
would be a better option.
Hey, but them women was looking at me that when I walked in, I said, I got a cow for you guys. Just bring
We smelled you before you came in.
In a sack full of people just waiting to.
Oh yeah, all up in the waiting room. They didn't have. There's a red carpet out back for you to walk up. They said the health department. So.
Yeah, and those ladies don't care. Those are the ladies trying to help get
Those
shots.
ladies did care because they did not like when I set that couch head on that thing. I was like, this is for you guys.
Yeah, not for me. I don't want it anymore. I smelled it all the way over here.
It was in the bed of my truck. I knew better, Shane. I wasn't about to do that.
JP's been bit 4 times since then. Ain't had a rabies shot yet.
Yeah, no, I won't do
Heck
it
with
either.
that.
Have you really been bit since then? I was fixing to say.
I will say this. I have been bit one other time, and it's same thing, same fun, same situation as a young couch. You reached up and just sometimes when you're in a hurry, I know you know because you kill.
Is there not another way to do it?
Honestly, man, it's just the luck of the draw. When you catch them, sometimes you catch them high, and sometimes just the way the sets are, and you put that catch pole.
There is another way. It's have help, but obviously
refuse. You gotta pay help, man. I done disclosed I am poor.
He said, I'm getting all this.
Pick him up by the tail.
That's
Pick
right.
by the tail.
Most time, I will say this for a cow.
He's the alpha now.
There you go.
For the most part, when you come up there,
One of you.
Yeah. He's a
dude, they know. Hey, I'm just saying when you come to a cow to set,
He walks him out on a leash, buddy.
it's almost a point. They look at you and they say, "Yes, sir." Like I said, when you put that pole around their neck, you get their attention, man. That tail tucks right up on their stomach. Unless it's a true alpha male or female, they look at you like they're gonna burn a hole through you with their eyes. I mean, they really do. But for the most part, all them pups and juveniles that just the young cows that don't know no better and they ain't really got tested yet, man, it's yes sir, no sir.
Look at that lady right here.
What are you doing with them, though? You sell them?
Confuse them.
Is there a market for live coyotes?
There is, Philip, and what in Mississippi? So you guys don't know about it because you don't have it here in Alabama, but in Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, there's a live market. When you trap, you catch coyotes or fox, and you sell them to a catch pen. A catch pen is just a big enclosure. It has, like, they'll call a 400-acre pen a puppy pen, and they'll run dogs less than a year old. Well, they high fence that whole 400. Some of them there's 2,000 acres of land. I used to not really understand it, but as it's been explained to me, it's actually a lot better for everyone involved. You've got these people that spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a dog that's finished that knows how to run game like that. Mm-hmm. And they don't want them running across the road and getting hit.
Get killed,
it's deer season a lot of times, and there's some bubbas out there, man. They're not gonna tolerate no dogs running through.
As wrong as it may be,
it keeps the dogs in the enclosure, but they have to replace the game because it is a high fence area where the game stay in. I say game, the coyotes or the fox. It's actually better for everyone, and it's a quick way for me to make a little cash, especially struggling college student.
If you can overcome the doctor bills.
I don't go. BA got me.
Oh, I got you. So he ain't worried about that.
You guys paid for that. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Wonderful.
Actually, I'm okay with that.
You're welcome.
But one more question. They're training dogs that hunt coyotes in there?
Yeah. Well, that's what they kind of gamble.
Fox hunt.
Yeah, that's what they
Coyote
do.
hunt.
That must be too high for me.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah, we're not there.
No.
Yeah, I
We're
don't.
not there.
This is news to me.
If I was there, I'd go hunt places like North Dakota and go kill some
Come
pheasants or
on
something.
now. Come on now.
Man, I remember I used to go to South Dakota like 12 years in a row hunting. And I'll never forget, man, going through there and you shooting. I couldn't shoot worth nothing. I'm talking about never found a bird, hardly.
That's why I call you Double Shot Dave, man.
used to
Still
call me
can't.
Double shot day.
Double shot
You
day.
ain't got to plug in his gun.
And we had a buddy, man, and he had a dog. And this guy was from Minnesota. And he had a dog, and it was one of those little, had one of those hairs.
I will just look this way.
And he said, he was like, the dog didn't do right. Like, it was a house dog that he just wanted to come out on a trip. But he was a highfalutin client of my son's granddaddy. So you never say nothing. Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot.
So he'd be like, come here. here, and this dog would be 14 miles ahead. Come here, and these pheasants would fly up fast, and they was just going everywhere. And
200 yards away,
you couldn't say nothing because this is like the number one client. You know what I mean?
What was the best dog you ever seen?
This is the client for Hormel Foods. You know, they sell 4 cans a second.
Chili.
Yeah, so you couldn't say nothing to him, but this dog was like Hormel chili. It's good.
Goodness.
Yeah, it was about like spam. But anyway, I just remember, dude, it was a hunt that you could never enjoy because of that dog, and you had to wear him down fast. Eventually, over the years, we learned you send him to a hot spot where it's not thick, and he would run further. He would get hot, and you could lay him down and then go hunt the good spots. But I remember that guy walked around a corner one time. You know how you block off the pheasants or whatever, and he didn't see the guy. They were chasing down they were trying to chase down the corner to get a blocker.
Yeah.
And the guy's toboggan flew off, and dude, he shot him in the tooth, and it knocked his tooth out. And you couldn't
What was shooting him with?
Yeah, he didn't see he was a blocker there. So when the rooster jumped up, he didn't see him because he just had his hair. He didn't know
tooth.
And his it shot
he
his
was
tooth.
smiling about it.
And then he had a pellet. He had a pellet above his head. So it was like it was not funny at the time.
No.
But then when we got back around everybody, it was like
Every
That
time
was
he
pretty
smiled,
funny.
y'all
yeah, like every time we'd be
jack-o'-lantern.
joking, everybody be joking. And it was just rough. It's like you just had
Great
this
hunting
chunk
day.
Poor guy.
Dick
Y'all
Cheney
making
did.
fun of fun.
Oh
Didn't
man,
Dick Cheney do that?
Yeah, he shot somebody.
That's what they said.
Yeah. Duck hunting's coming up soon. My son's really into it pretty good, and well, we used to have some fine duck holes. I'm talking about some fine. I used to have 5 of them, and JP's been on a couple of them.
Well, I used to love duck hunting.
They were those loafing holes. You ain't had to do no calling.
They coming to you.
You didn't have to put no feed out. I mean, like grow feed. You know, not like put out corn or catfish feed. You know, you know what I'm saying.
I understand.
But you just go and you just sit there and they just come to loaf. It didn't matter if it's morning, midday, afternoon. But we had a guy that wanted to bring a dog one time. And look, we was so loafing out here in this hole that we had those white chairs, the white plastic chairs, just sat down in the duck hole with them.
The ones that'll flip you over.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just sitting out there. We didn't care because they just kept flying in. They didn't care what you had on or whatnot. But these ducks started circling in the air, and I'm talking about we had probably 3,000 ducks. There's a bunch of ducks. I couldn't count them all, but I know what they estimated.
Run out of fingers.
Like, yeah. And they're just circling for daylight, and they're just doing all their thing, do all that. And all of a sudden, this big white lab that this guy brought just burst out in the middle of the hole.
He broke.
And these ducks are trying to land. These ducks are so dumb that they was trying to land on top of the dog, and the dog was jumping up. He was trying to catch him like a cat trying to catch a mouse or a bird. And I was amazed. I was sitting there, and then they'd flare off a little bit, and he called his dog back, come here, you know, whatever his name was. But for us, it was not what his name was, not what he was calling him.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't shooting light, but you could see these ducks, and we're trying to get them land. So he calls his dog back, get back over there. He decides to take the leash and tie it to the chair, thinking that the chair would be enough to hold the dog.
Oh, yeah.
Look, it's getting ready to light. We sitting there going click. The dog heard the safeties click off. His ears perked, and as these birds, we like to get them when they almost touching their feet on the water. And all of a sudden, this dog breaks with this chair tied with his leash and everything. And now you got a white dog and a white chair going through 18 inches of water, and it's just going down through there.
Fella's still sitting in it.
He's having the ride of his life.
He goes out there, and this dog starts jumping up in the air again. All you see was the dog jump, and then the chair would flop, and then the chair would come back down.
Had to slake you if they go.
And they flare off again, of course. And he finally gets his dog come over, and he's like, you sit down. And, of course, we're like, well, you sit down in the chair, too. Maybe that'll help, you know. So this went on, not that time, but one more time.
Oh, that wasn't enough.
No, this dog was not enough. It was not enough, and that guy did not stop. And he gets out there, and the birds fly off again. And he comes back, and that guy goes, do you think this chair's flaring them dogs?
Oh, no. No.
I doubt it. Probably not.
And I looked at him. I said, probably.
Yeah. That's exactly what the problem is.
And I said, but you always hear somebody like, man, I got a dog. I just like to work him. I like to work him. And that day broke me. Like I was like,
Just
I
don't
wanna-
go hunt that day.
Yeah.
Go find somewhere
Yeah,
else.
I bring my own over here.
I'll walk out there and get my own dog.
Yeah.
We was hunting in North Dakota the other day, and we sitting there. We was laying layout blinds in dry field, bean field, and the birds worked early when it was dark. It was still kind of dark, right at shooting line. We
they
shot a
always
few.
do.
Well, then the sun gets up, and every one of them was flaring, and I'm sitting there laying. And of course, I ain't in charge. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not the lead man. I'm here.
You happy to be on the team.
I'm happy
cuz.
to be on the team. And so 2 men to my right, 3 men to my right, and they're down there talking. Man, these birds are flaring. These birds are flaring. And I'm just laying there, and it goes on for an hour. Why they birds are flaring? And I said, I got one question. How long are we going to continue down this path of insanity? Because
Right.
that is the definition
Right.
of insanity.
Doing the same thing
Same
over
thing,
and over, no result.
and expecting a different result. Like, what are we doing? But man, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Ended up did change something. We ended up killing some birds, but that guy, he was just going.
Yeah.
What the problem is?
Wow, you think there's chair flying? I mean, I'm sure it is because the chair's
Chair's
almost up there with the
attached.
ducks.
Yeah,
But it was so funny, that lawn chair just going through that water.
insanity.
That dog had drive. He was just driving at the wrong time.
Wrong time.
Did you invite him back or no?
I don't remember him ever getting invited
He
back
didn't
again.
get to come back.
Was this guy wasn't a fella that showed up wearing all orange one day? Was
Ooh,
it? That was-
Man, we've had that happen at the dove shoot.
Hey, not everybody knows.
Dude said had a sidearm the size of JP's arms.
A sidearm.
Yeah, he said I never
Big
go
gun.
in the
Thunder
bush.
and lightning.
He said I never go in the bush without my sidearm. Had a orange toboggan, khaki pants.
He did the face paint.
He did the face paint, not like we do them now with the warrior.
really?
I'm talking about he
It's so
took it like
terrible.
this, and then
Smashed
he went
it
like
off.
this,
Two
and
black
it was,
crosses.
It was not right.
and I was like,
Hey man, hunt right over
Yeah,
there.
you hung over about 200 yards.
We're gonna put you in the
Put in a
special
good
spot.
spot.
He would just, ducks like pumpkins, man. Maybe that's what he was thinking.
yeah, man, you're good.
We've had several show up at the annual dove shoot
yeah,
wearing orange, and it's like
yeah,
you go hunt in the corner.
yeah. You go over there.
Way
It was-
down there.
It was a little. It was funny. We killed a few ducks. That I guess he claimed all of them, didn't he? It's like it's a great shot.
That day he did.
That's what Robin does. He claims every one of them.
Hey man, you get your limit quicker,
The key is to shoot when somebody else is shooting, and you can always say you shot
You
a bird.
never know.
and then you can say, "Hey man, that's 15. You better go, buddy."
Man. Well, before we go into scripture time, you guys both are on social media and have channels and places. How can people
So
find you?
Yeah, so on the course of Facebook, it's y'all. We're doing about, I think we're up to about 890,000
Just a few.
followers, and then we're doing like 60 or 70 million views a month. And then of course YouTube is where I'd love for everybody to go. I'm about 290,000 subscribers, and we'd love to make it 300 by the end of the year, hopefully. But
Same thing.
same thing, y'all. You can about Google y'all on anything, and
You done hold it up, hadn't you?
Hey, if you mad at pigs, y'all your man, because he mad at them too, boy.
yeah, we don't get no pig, no chance, brother. That song on root, I'm gonna take him out.
Take him out.
When
He's
that
giving him
trap
the boot.
drops, they ain't happy.
Hey, that son gonna root. Y'all's gonna shoot.
That's it. You see the gates? The head knocking the weights.
What about you, JP?
I've got a little old YouTube channel. I've got 1,861 followers as of this
Hey,
morning,
there you
and
go.
we're
Got
humble
it down.
beginnings. I love each and every one of them. The name of the channel is, it's just fair.
I'm nervous.
Full disclosure.
Why are you is it bad?
It is clearly the worst channel on YouTube, but I have a great time. The channel's JP Guns, and it's with a Z.
Ooh.
I-
Young Gunner, baby.
well, my thing is, I like to restore old firearms because I see the beauty in them, and I think that's what God does for us, man. He knows how rough and handled we are, and when I see a beat up old firearm, man, I look at the receiver and every nick, every mark, blood rust on it. Somebody spent time with their family.
Before you leave here, let me go get a 22 and bring to you.
Man, I take
Just
free
remind-
guns all the time. I
remind-
told you, I'm
No,
poor,
I'm
man.
gonna give it to you, but we'll work.
He said he
We'll
was
work
going
on
to give
it.
it to me.
He was describing the guns that I bring to him. It's got hog crap all over
But
it.
y'all, in pawn shops across America, guys, there's just beat up guns, man, and every one of them's got a story. And I feel like that's us, man. We've got stories, man, and I think that's what I love about salvation, man.
We'll do a little before and after with the Hayden Alabama podcast 22 because it'll be right up your alley.
All right,
you might look at me and say this is too far gone.
It's not, man. Nothing. Jesus saves us. We're never too far gone.
Amen.
Glory be to
That's
God.
what I like.
That's
right
why I look
here.
at firearms, man. Unless it's some kind of, I don't know, Italian 18th, 15th, 16th century gun. They still make parts for everything, man. That's why I look at it. eBay's out. You can you can get everything you need to restore a firearm. And a lot of times it's just elbow grease. I don't even have the good parts, man. I don't have the full on machine. I do all the old school rust bluing out of 4-inch PVC piping, man. And then I elbow grease on the stocks at 4 ends. I put it all in there. I refinished one for y'all. It had some. A lot of people liked it.
Mine was terrible shape.
It was rough. It was in
I'll leave it
y'all
out.
shape. It's used.
Yeah, I'll leave it at the trap.
We'll do a little video with it before
Restoration.
Yep.
I do other things, but that's kind of my thing. Like I said, I can only.
That's what we're
my
talking.
budget's small, so I don't get a whole lot of guns to refinish. Maybe half a dozen a year, but like I said, we still got to fill it in with other other content.
What's kind of what we're talking about today? A little restoration, huh? Maybe.
No.
What we got? No, sorry.
He's out.
I was trying to patch it in
Well,
there.
it is.
Can be.
We can make it.
You
into
should.
that. We can make it into that.
You should, Philip.
So I'm gonna take this off. Go ahead, so nobody gets upset with me.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. I got my cat. Hold on. Sorry, Philip.
Pneumonia water.
Pause ain't working.
Sorry.
Yeah, no grip. His opposable thumbs have just
Still
totally
not
don't
there.
work
I still
anymore.
struggle with it.
Being a parent, you learn a lot of lessons along the way. And one of the things that I catch flack for from my oldest is that the youngest is the favorite.
Yeah.
I say, she's the favorite.
Jenny?
Yep. All the time.
Sorry,
it's
I didn't mean
always
to call
something.
name names. But.
Always something. Well, if I'd have done that, I'd have got a whipping. If I'd have done that, I'd have been grounded. If I'd have done that, you didn't do this. She doesn't get it as near as bad as we did, and all this. And here's the thing: with what they don't know.
Jenny's just a better kid.
No, that ain't it.
Jenny is gonna beat you
Let me
flat
tell you about your kid.
when this airs.
You got a good one, but the other one's just better.
What they don't know is that I made a lot of mistakes.
You've learned a lot of things.
And discipline them,
Yeah.
and I should. Well, I'm not. I'm big on discipline, but there were times that
Maybe
the
you took it
discipline
too
could have been
far.
a little bit different, or I could have disciplined in a different way that would have been more effective. But that's the same way that we do oftentimes with God. We see that God either blesses or God disciplines, and we go, well, why did you do that? I can't believe that you would give this person grace. They didn't deserve grace, or I can't believe you blessed this person. And that's where Jonah's at in chapter 4. And I'm going to read this. Jonah 4, 1 through 11. A little bit lengthy passage, but it's all going to come together. This change of plans greatly upset Jonah, and he became very angry. So in case you're not familiar with Jonah, the change of plan is that God said he was going to destroy Nineveh if they didn't repent. And so Jonah preaches the sermon for them to repent, and lo and behold, they did. The entire city, all the way down to the animals. So that's what it is. So he complained to the Lord, Jonah did, about it. Didn't I say before I left home that you would do this, Lord? That is why I ran away to Tarshish. I knew that you were a merciful and compassionate God, slow to anger and filled with unfailing love. You are eager to turn back from destroying people. Just kill me now, Lord. I'd rather be dead than alive if what I predicted will not happen. The Lord replied, is it right for you to be angry about this? Then Jonah went out to the east side of the city and made a shelter to sit under as he waited to see what would happen to the city. And the Lord God arranged for a leafy plant to grow there, and it soon spread its broad leaves over Jonah's head, shading him from the sun. This eased his discomfort, and Jonah was very grateful for the plant. But God also arranged for a worm. The next morning at dawn, the worm ate through the stem of the plant so that it withered away, and as the sun grew hot, God arranged for a scorching east wind to blow on Jonah. The sun beat down on his head until he grew faint and wished to die. Death is certainly better than living like this, he said. Then God said to Jonah, is it right for you to be angry because the plant died? Yes, Jonah retorted, even angry enough to die. Then the Lord said, you feel sorry about the plant, though you did nothing to put it there. It came quickly and died quickly, but Nineveh has more than 120,000 people living in spiritual darkness, not to mention all the animals. Shouldn't I feel sorry for a great city?" So this is a prophet of God who is mad as he can be that God relented of his anger towards Nineveh and didn't destroy it. He is mad about God's compassionate nature. And we could talk about why he's, what's really at the heart of Jonah or whatever, but what I see is myself.
Amen.
And I see that sometimes, unfortunately, I'm not proud of this, I look at situations where God is compassionate, where God is merciful, and I think, man, they deserve this, or they deserve this in this situation. And the only thing I know that we can do is, for me, I have a good lesson with my kids, seeing how, knowing that I made the right decision, they didn't think that I did. I need to, as a follower of Christ, pray that my heart would be conformed more to God's heart and grow in my compassion, as opposed to being the judge that I sometimes want to be. But I don't know if that's, I know that we could share the gospel more frequently, more prevalently. I know we could love people a lot more if we had more of God's compassion.
I believe as well. And I challenge myself a lot of times, and I ask people to challenge themselves, but if you want to know where your heart is, pray for your enemy.
Amen.
Pray for somebody, and we don't have enemies of we don't have enemies of war per se, but we have what we call the enemy, or the person that we don't get along with, or like you said, we feel like they should be punished for how they're acting, whether it be drugs or alcohol or cheating or beating or whatever they're doing. We feel like, but at the same time, what if we took that same effort that we say this should be done, and say, Lord, fix this? Because our heart's already hard. Our judgment's not forward. We're not going to court to be the judge. We're not being the executioner.
No, enemies against the kingdom in general. I mean, that's. I mean, I don't know. I'm just being honest. I don't know that I've ever prayed for the enemies against the kingdom of God.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest.
And it's hard. And I told her, well, I get messages all the time, and there was a woman that messaged me one time, and it's been a while. I don't even know if I ever said anything about it, but this lady texted. She said, I would like to receive what you have in your heart and the blessings that you have, and how do I do that? And a lot of times people have an unlocked profile, where you can kind of see what they're saying or what they're doing. And the one thing I saw on there 3 or 4 or 5 times was she was bashing her baby daddy. Mm-hmm. And he may be not a good person.
Yeah.
But I just told her, I said, God can't bless you when you steadily bashing somebody else. I say he can't, but he may be testing you. You're going through these waters and you're spending all your energy on bashing what would be considered your enemy, instead of just being like, Lord, help me. Drive this energy to help me grow. If this is not going to work here, then help me grow and move forward, instead of using that energy of just bashing somebody else. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people out there that don't do right. There's a lot of people that you're going to run into. You're going to have a boss. You're going to have a coworker. There's going to be people that talk about you or do. But at the end of the day, you have to do what God tells you to do. And if your heart is changed where you don't worry about them, then you have the opportunity to pray for them to change them, because you want them to have the light that you have. Yeah. But if you're constantly just feeling bitter towards somebody, then that tells me your heart is bitter as well.
Yeah.
Regardless of the situation, God can fix it. We just have to separate, move on. And like I said, but it's hard to pray for your enemy. It's just hard.
Well, Jonah was so mad that he wanted to die.
Yeah.
I mean, he got to the point to where
he's talking to God too. That's something that people can't. I mean, he can make it happen. God can do that.
He just want to die, and then God would be like that. And
he didn't understand the mercy that he was already being shown.
I don't think any of us.
That's
Did he forget about the fish?
Yeah, I was about to say, just before that, he was showing extreme mercy, because you were pretty much you were dead.
Yeah,
but that's
he thought
us.
He counted himself as dead.
We forget.
That's why I love Jonah. He is us. Jonah is me. This is a story about me. I love God. Thank you for the grace that you give me, but don't you go give it to
Don't
them.
give them that grace.
Right. We won't. And JP knows there's only a few people that in my life know what I come from, where I'm at, where I'm going, the blessings I've received. But sometimes we do forget where we were at because
Amen.
we got this, and then all of a sudden it's like,
humans.
I don't have this. Well, look over here at your buddy that don't have this,
Yeah.
and you're complaining over minute, you know.
We're a funny lot, humans.
And that's a human nature.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as humans, we should also, once we see it, we should thank God for it,
Amen.
and then ask for forgiveness for being so egoistic or greedy or selfish, and you know, that's what I do in my truck. I work for myself, so every day I'm just talking. You know, I mean, I always be talking to God, but I am just always talking in that sense of, you know, I'm riding in a brand new truck. I mean, not materialistically, but it could be where I see somebody on the side of the road. Yeah, could be back in the Corolla.
Could be getting bitten and getting rabies.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
Or getting hit in the head with Easton.
yeah. And every blessing, I guess I almost missed it. Just because you receive something and I think I should have it, your blessing might not be made for me yet.
It may not even be a blessing.
That's right. Yeah. So a lot of people always say, well, he come from the trailer hood. He didn't have this. He did. Why does he? What I have may not be for you yet. God may be ready to give you something greater than what I have. Mm-hmm. You know, or he may be ready to take away or show me something so great to see where my heart is to where we're fixing to go. Because we're fixing to start a food bank in my town that I'm funding. And this is the first place I've mentioned it. So that I'm going to fund it because I feel like the blessings that I've received that come from the people who support me should be given back. That's right. And not just keep it there. Yeah. So don't ever think that just because somebody deserves something or don't deserve something that we can't do it. We're still being tested.
Well, he tested. That was a
test.
God was not tempting because the Bible tells us that God does not tempt, but God does test. That was a test. That growing that little plant, letting him fall in love with that plant, and then destroying that plant.
Right. And that's the same with blessings and the money. So
I was going to say, the purpose of a test is to reveal a truth. And a lot of people, like my whole perception changed when I started understanding that. Because I'm being put to the test. It's not for God to know, it's for me. So whenever I say, hey, I could have done things different, that's for me, that's a learning experience. That's what matters. Personally, I love the story of Jonah. A lot of in your Sunday Bible school with your kids. I mean, you don't never talk about chapter 4 in Jonah. It's always it ends at 3. Man, they all repented. Everyone was happy. But first time I ever came through and actually read it for myself, man, I was shocked. And like you said, Philip, man, I relate to Jonah because in the beginning of the story, I want to run away from God's service. I really do, man. Sometimes I'm like, no, I don't want to talk to that person, man. I mean, you know, when you're at the grocery store, you might not want to give that guy $1. He might need it more than you do, and it ain't your purpose to decide if he's gonna buy alcohol or not on it. It's if he's asking, you're supposed to give. You know, God's gonna make that determination of whether his heart is right. He's gonna know whether your heart was right on giving that blessing, because we've been blessed. I mean, we have. We live in the United States of America. It is a blessing to go anywhere in your house and twist a handle, and you've got clean water. So it's so clean that you can go to the toilet. Right here, man. I done drank 2 of these. I was thirsty today. But I mean, you can get clean water. It's in our toilet, man. Think about some of these places that some of our Christian brothers and sisters are at. I mean, and they got to walk down a mountain or walk down into a valley and fist fight for a bucket of water in a dirty creek that's got fecal matter, rotten animals, trash. I mean, what a blessing it is, and here we are. Don't even consider that a blessing.
I'll be fussing about toting 50 pounds of corn to the feed site
to give the hog.
To get the hog, I'll be like, man, I don't even want to tote this.
That's a year's worth of cornbred for some folks,
man.
It's
a great blessing. We have to look at everything that we do have, because at the end of the day, we're still here. And we're still here for a reason. Yeah. And I think we can all be used. It doesn't matter your age, what you have or what you don't have, man. I used to say a handshake and a smile could change somebody's life. Even though Thunder and Lightning that we met down there in Florida.
Thunder! He changed us more than we changed him, I believe.
That's right.
He made an impact on y'all. Ain't no doubt about
so
it.
we still remember it. You just don't ever know what somebody's going through. But if you are going through something, just know that Jesus Christ is the answer, and will be the answer in it all.
That's right.
And don't fall into the trap of
the world, baby.
The world of it telling you what you should do, because at the end of the day, He's going to have you something convicted on your heart of what you should do.
That's right.
And you'll feel it.
I know we've been on this a little bit longer than we normally are on Scripture time, but
I feel like it's good.
Amen.
I talked to a boy the other night, and he was asking me about a situation that he had found himself in, but it was because of his own choices. And he got to talking about delivering. Like, he hears God will deliver you, God will take you out of this. And he asked me a very profound question. He said, will God deliver me from this, even though it was my own free will and actions that created the consequences? And I said, young man, that's a very profound question. Can God deliver you from these things? Yes. No. Will he deliver them from you? That's yet to be seen, and you may not like the process. Yep. Jonah didn't like the process. Mm-hmm. Could he deliver him? Can he deliver the city? Yes. Is he going to like the process?
Is he going to like the process? And the process is always, what is the word when it comes short form? It don't last. JP, you're good at those kind of
temporal.
Like in the world, it's just like things that come easy or come fast. It leads it just as fast. It could leave just as fast.
Easy come, easy go.
That's words that's coming straight to my mind.
And it's just like the process of me growing through my brand of working for myself and whatnot. It's taken up to 8 years to get where we're at. But at the end of the day, the people that know you maybe from your hometown, they're always going to know you as David Ellis and probably what you did back then. Just like we're telling those stories. Yeah. We're telling them as fun stories. And in the light of, hey, don't be like us, but we just got lucky to get out. But some people will tell those stories as though you're basically a murderer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And hold on to that instead of being like, you know what? I've seen the light in him over the last 8 years. That guy's really changed. Yeah. And now he's blessing people or trying to. And not to say that I am. I'm just in general of anybody. And we just have to be careful of that part because, like I said, the process is long. And a lot of people want something fixed. I mean, there's a lot of sins that I had.
Instant gratification. We're in that. That's how we live.
Well, you got to think about it. I've used this analogy a long time. If I cut my arm off, I have the option to take a knife and just sever my arm right now.
Maybe check this guy for rabies.
Yeah, right. But that does not free me from the consequences for the remainder of my life of this being removed.
Yeah.
Same thing goes with any decision, any action that we take place, and there's just some consequences that last longer than others.
I can definitely tell you God can fix whatever, whether it be your own. I've got many sins. We've all got them, but I've got many sins. And where I'm at right now, there's not a doubt that God has forgiven me,
amen,
moved me on, and I have been blessed 10, 20-fold, and not materialistically, wife and family.
Mm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I always told the Lord, I said, Lord, I want a quiet one and a pretty one.
He gave you both of them?
He gave me both of them.
Wow.
And a woman?
Hey, let me tell you. Let me tell you this. My one of the old preachers around here used to say, God didn't give me the one I wanted. He gave me the one I needed.
That's it. That's it.
I asked my brother, I said, tell Vanna that next time you see her. Not doing it. That works for some of them old heads, you know.
Yeah,
you tell a young lady nowadays, look, you ain't the one I wanted, but you one I needed.
That
ain't gonna go.
It'll be going down like the Popeyes, man.
I had a list. I had a list when I met my wife, and I told us, and she goes, and I told her about the list. I said, you fit them all. She's like, well, what did I get? I said, well, you just asked for a man. I said, yeah, I am.
You should have been more specific.
You just said you didn't specify a good one.
Should have been more specific. You got to y'all.
I enjoyed scripture time today.
Amen. I did too.
Nice.
Man,
I always feel edified.
All y'all stories, your time, and what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
I
we appreciate y'all spending time with us.
Thank you for having
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it today at the Hayden Alabama Podcast. I'm Philip.
I'm Shane.
I'm y'all. Any which way. Y'all have a good one. God bless. And as always, Jesus loves you.
I'm JP Guns.
How'd you like following that?
I didn't.
We'll see you guys next week.